welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with a new video, and today I'm going to be sharing all of my favorite makeup of the year. I decided to do this video separately from all of my favorite foundations of the year, because if I would have combined both, this just would have been a video that was way too long. But anyway, y'all, before we get started, y'all don't forget to hit the like button, and if it's your first time watching, please hit the subscribe button. But anyway, let's get started. Before we jump right into makeup, I do want to start with some skincare products that were my favorite of the year, and this is the Mask by Chanel. This is the vitamin C clay mask. If you know anything about clay masks, they're perfect for oily. I'm really using this mask in the morning while I'm in the shower. You can leave this mask on for 2 minutes, or you could leave it up to 10 minutes. Sometimes if I'm in a rush, I'll just leave it on for 2 minutes. If not, then I'll leave it on for 10. I really feel like after I rinse this mask off, my skin look instantly brighter, and over time vitamin C does help with the dark marks and blemishes on your face. So I would highly recommend this mask for someone who is trying to get rid of any hyperpigmentation on their face, and also if you have oily skin. Clay is great for pulling out oils and toxins in your skin, so highly recommend this mask. You can pick this up from Chanel's website, Nordstrom, Bloomingdale's, anywhere where the Chanel products are sold. I have another mask that was my favorite, and this is also from Chanel. This is the Hydra mask, Hydra Beauty Repair mask. If you have dry skin, and right now we're in winter and you live somewhere where it is super cold and your skin gets even drier, I would highly recommend you pick this up. I mainly use this at times after I've used a detox mask and I felt like the mask was a little too dry, and then right after that I will go in with this and I will sit in front of a steamer and really let this penetrate my skin and put a lot of hydration back into it. And also, if it's one of those nights where I don't feel like sitting with the steamer on, I'll just put this on as a night mask and I rinse it off in the morning, and my skin is so soft and my skin looks super hydrated. So highly recommend this one as well. And next I have a serum, and this is from the Glow recipe. This is the Guava Vitamin C Serum. I first tried this, I would say right around the time it was first released. I would say that was like October, September, and I did have a lot of dark marks on my face. And I felt like within 2 weeks I seen an improvement. Now I hardly have any dark marks on my face. I do have a few, but highly recommend this. You will see results right away. It really vouch and say I seen the improvement with this over 2 weeks. Like, this worked right away, and this is my second bottle of this, and this retails I think for like $40 or $45. Highly recommend. You can use this at night and you can use this in the morning. Okay, so that is it for skincare. Let's jump right into makeup, and I'm going to start with some of my favorite primers of the year. The first primer that I fell in love with is this Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched primer. Y'all have seen me use this time and time again in my mini foundation reviews. Love this. Love how smooth this makes your skin feel, and also this really looks good under any type of makeup. And this is a product that I feel like you can use this as a primer and also as a regular moisturizer. Sometimes I have just used this as a moisturizer and I really like it. This has not broken me out. Every time I wear this, I feel like any type of foundation I have on looks really good, whether it's a liquid or a powder. Highly recommend. And I picked mine up from the CCO, and I got this at a discounted price. So if you live close to a CCO, I would say go there and see if you could find this at your local store. And I have another primer. This is from Smashbox. This is the Photo Finish Priming Water. I picked this up also at the CCO. Y'all seen me use this a lot. I've been using this. This has really been my go-to primer for like the last couple months. Highly recommend. This is perfect if you want that photo finish. Really be one to get. And also I feel like this just is a natural finish. This is not like a super hydrating primer or a mattifying primer. This is perfect for all skin types. Highly recommend. So I'm going to start next with my favorite concealer, the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Concealer. This was my absolute favorite of the year. If you're familiar with my channel, you always heard me talk about the Givenchy Tint Couture Everywhere Concealer. That was like my all-time favorite concealer. It still is a really good one. That's like number 2. This has jumped up to my holy grail concealer. I actually have this on right now, and I have it in the shade 8.75. I feel like this gives me the perfect under eye look. It's not too bright. Also, this goes on smoothly. It's easy to blend out, and I don't have creasing with this. I have creasy under eyes. I don't know what it is, but most concealers do not work for me, and this one works all the time. This worked from the moment I tried it. Highly recommend. This is not a full coverage concealer. I feel like this is more medium coverage. Now, as I'm starting to get a little older, I prefer a more medium or light coverage concealer. I feel like matte concealers are really drying out my under eyes, and I crease automatically with a heavy concealer. So I've been preferring more of like medium coverage. Like, this is very creamy, easy to blend out. Definitely pick this up. You will not be disappointed. They have a nice shade. It's the best concealer hands down that I tried out this year. And next, for powders, I do have two that I want to mention that are my absolute favorite. I picked these up earlier in the year, and the first one is the Huda Beauty powder, and I have the shade Kanafa. I'm actually wearing this right now. I love the under eye look that this gives. This really brightens my under eye, and this is also matte. Sometimes I use this all over my face, but I mainly like to use it under my eyes. And also, I do have a smaller size that I picked up. This one is what I use the most, just because I like this little powder puff thingy that's on the cap of it. It's perfectly fits under your eye. What I've been doing is I will take some of the powder from here and I will kind of pour it in there just so I could keep using this powder puff. Like, this is a very matte powder. It's not overly drying. It doesn't settle or start looking cakey or just weird on your face. This really looks nice, and it holds up all day long. This is perfect for summertime. I've been using it all year, but I really felt like I fell in love with it over the summer because that's when I am the most oily, when it's super hot outside. Highly recommend this powder. Another powder that I was absolutely obsessed with this year, and this is the Dior Forever Cushion powder. When I first picked mine up, it wasn't available on Sephora's website. Now it is. I have the shade Deep. I keep saying I'm gonna get a lighter shade just so I can use under my eye, but I haven't. And this powder, I don't use this under my eye. Like, what I've been doing is I will go under my eye with the Huda Beauty powder, and then I will set the rest of my face with this. This is what it looks like. Let me open it up. This is a nice shade. It's perfect if you're around my skin tone. This melts right into the skin, and it gives you that flawless photo filter kind of look that most of us is going for. I do feel like this powder gives you more of a natural finish. I did set my face with it. I know a lot of people like the Dior No Powder, the one that's like in the square packaging. To me, that's a good powder also, but I do feel like that tends to oxidize, and it also can make me look a little radiant after a certain time of having it on. This, I feel like it doesn't get luminous on me. It doesn't oxidize. It stays the same exact shade and melts into the skin. But I wouldn't really necessarily say like this is a mattifying powder. This just gives you a natural kind of finish, if that makes sense. Hopefully y'all get what I'm saying. I don't know how many shades they have of this powder, but it's not like an extensive shade. I don't even think they have 10 shades of this powder, maybe 4 or 5. I don't know. And I think Deep is the darkest shade that they have, but it really like melts into my skin like effortlessly. And I have a review on my channel where I'm comparing this versus the other Dior powder. I will have that link below or on the screen somewhere where you could check it out if you are interested in picking up this powder or the other one and you didn't know which one to get. Blush from Chanel. This was my absolute favorite blush of the year. Now, I've tried out a lot of blush that were pretty good. Some of them I would recommend, but this blush in the shade Brun Rouge 604, I felt like this was the blush that I wore almost every single day. Now, the other ones I tried out, like I know one that came close to my favorite will be the Giorgio Armani, the Melting Cream. That was a really good one, but I wore this the most. Like, if you look in the description of my video and times when I did link what's on my face, 9 times out of 10 you will see it was this. This was like my favorite blush of the year. Let me show y'all what it looks like. And this is what Brun Rouge looks like, and it also comes with a brush, and I'm wearing it right now. Actually, I'm gonna put a little more on. This is a perfect shade if you're someone who don't like blush. Now, Chanel blushes for the most part I feel like are not super pigmented on brown and deep skin tones. Let me think of something to compare this to. This is not pigmented like the Pat McGrath. blush. Hopefully y'all get what I'm saying. This is like nice and subtle, really gives your cheeks a nice little flush of color. Let me put it on for y'all, put some more on. Hopefully you guys can see that. And I'm someone, I go overboard with blush, like I just do, because blush tends to be like the first thing that melts on my face will fades away, so I just always put way too much blush on, but at the end it works out. And I just feel like this gives me just a nice flush of color, perfect for everyday use. Again, I've tried many blushes from Chanel, and some of them I feel like don't show up. There are a few shades that show up, but it's not many, especially if you like around my skin tone and darker. But this is my favorite blush by Chanel, the shade Brun Rouge. Highly recommend you pick this shade up. Bronzers, and the first bronzer that I want to mention, and this is the Makeup by Mario bronzer, and I'm actually wearing this right now. This is what it looks like in the pan. Looking at it, you would think this is not going to bronze anybody up, but it's like a nice natural bronzer. Let me swatch it for y'all. This is what it looks like swatched. And this is what it looks like swatched on my wrist right there. They do have a shade darker than this, but at the time when I picked this up, for some reason it wasn't available on Sephora's website. Now it is, but highly recommend if you want a bronzer that isn't red, this is the perfect shade of bronze. Again, go in store and swatch a couple of these because they look very light in the pan, but once you put it on, you would definitely see like this shows up. It really does, and it looks like bronzer. That was another go-to for me outside of the Makeup by Mario bronzer is the Dior Forever bronzer. When I was putting my stuff together, I could not find it, but I do have a review of that as well on my channel. That's a nice matte bronzer that gives you a subtle bronze look without looking orange or too red. It's another one that's perfect. I will have it linked below, the review that I did. I could not find it. I don't know where it's at because that one is a good one and I really wanted to show that to y'all. But anyway, those were my two favorite bronzers of the year. Next few products I'm gonna run through right quick because my camera has already started to get a little hot and it has cut off on me once. So the next products I'm gonna just run through right quick and then end the video. Lip products, I would say hands down this year, Gucci lipsticks were my absolute favorite. I have a few shades here in front of me. Hands down, nobody make a better matte lipstick. The color is there, like they're super pigmented. Highly recommend. And also, if you wanted to try out some of Gucci matte lipsticks, I would say go to the actual Gucci store or Gucci website because they have more shades available than the shades that you would see on Sephora or any other place that Gucci Beauty is sold. I would say really go to the website because they have a lot of limited edition shades, and I do have a few, and once they're gone, like they're gone. So I would say go pick them up, like you will not be disappointed. And also I really love the Gucci lip, this is more like a lip balm. I love the finish of these. These also really shows up, and this is more for somebody who don't like matte lipstick but you want more of like, I would say a lip balm kind of finish where you want something that looks like a lip balm but the color is there. So highly recommend these as well. And also pick up their satin lipsticks, those are good also. And my next two favorite lipsticks of the year came from Givenchy, and this is the Le Rouge Sheer Velvet Matte Line. Love how these look on the lips. They're not matte, they're satin, they're so comfortable. Also, you get a lot of pigmentation with this. Now, these are not long lasting. They do fade after a couple hours, or you have to like keep retouching up your lips with these, but highly recommend these as well. I do have two setting sprays that I want to mention, and the first is the Smashbox Photo Finish Setting Spray. This really locks your makeup in all day. If you have oily skin, pick this up. This does wonders in the summer. Like your makeup will not move all day, and plus you get that photo finish look. And lastly, I want to mention is the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Airbrush Setting Spray. This is another one that locks your makeup in place, keeps it there, doesn't dry out your skin or dry out your makeup. Highly recommend these two setting sprays. I actually think this is like my third bottle of this. I have another one already sitting on my vanity. Highly recommend this one as well. Okay, y'all, that is it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Those were all my favorite makeup products of the year. A lot of these products you heard me talk about pretty much all year or majority of the year here on my channel. But anyway, y'all, let me know what were some of your favorite products that you loved this year. Leave it below in the comment section. Anyway, y'all, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.